The Pacific Ocean, the waves crashing on the beach for eternity. There's a row of 2 or 3 dozen structures. Most of these are little houses made out of sticks and palm fronds. And along it, a little dirt road at the end of the village. It dwindles down to a footpath. A little further back, further along, parallel to the coast, is a long, narrow, brackish lake, the Laguna. And on the other side, there's cultivated fields. The people who live around here, they're fishers and farmers. Of these 2-3 dozen structures, well, there's one house which is totally different. It is a massive concrete fortress. What's going on? Hundreds of miles away, the big city, Mexico. From adolescence, Fabian is directed. By the time he's 20, he's a highly skilled printer. After 20 years of hard, smart work, brilliant businessman, conscientious, honest, he's rich. And he sells his business. He's 40 years old. He has the rest of his life ahead of him, and he can do anything he wants. And he wants to do 2 things. One, he wants to build that fortress in that village and be friends with those people. 2, he wants to travel all over Mexico and meet fascinating, inspiring people and be friends with them. And he does both of these things, and he brings them both together in the fortress. He has these parties that last for days or a week, and the fisher and farmer families mingle beautifully with these artists and journalists and scholars, and it's a beautiful cross-pollination where everybody's a flower, everybody's a bee. By luck, by a fluke, I'm in the mix. And I feel kind of like a bumpkin with the cosmopolitan people. They're not snooty, it's just that they are so talented, they are so accomplished. They're like you people. They're just like you, only they're nice. Well, after the parties, I'm still there, and I hang out, and I get to know the people in the village, but especially next door. There's this, it's a bigger family, there's multi-generations, but there are 3 heads of the household. There's Julian, he's 85. There's Maria Caterina, his wife, she's 60. There's her son, Conrado, their son, Conrado, he's 30. And Julian, he's tall, but he's stooped with age, and he limps. His face is very lined. He just has a few tufts of hair. He has big bulging biceps and a barrel chest, and he works hard still, every morning till every evening. His son, Conrado, by normal standards, is a hardworking guy, but compared to his dad, he's a slacker. He likes to lie in a hammock and read about agriculture and history and politics. And the mother, she's in the kitchen. She likes to be barefoot in the kitchen, and if you had a kitchen floor that was beach sand, you'd like it too. I'm especially good friends with these 2, and they're always talking about Conrado's dear Aunt Yolanda, how much he loves her, how much they all love her. And one time I'm there, and she's coming because she works out in another city, and she comes only every couple of weeks. She's coming. We want you to meet her so much. And so I say, sure. So I'm there before she's there, and everybody is dressed super casual. It's like it's a beach party, except you know that you might be on call at any minute to tackle a pig kind of clothing. And she comes. She's a woman of about 55. She has heavy makeup in this hot climate and lots of perfume and hair piled on her head. They all love her, and they just love her. And then they seat her next to me, and out of her satchel, she pulls the Watchtower. And she talks to me about Jehovah's Witnesses nonstop. And it's not interactive, so I'm kind of not enjoying it, but I think, well, these are great people. I'm just going to go with it. I'll just enjoy it. But the next day, I'm walking with Conrado, and I say, I want to ask you about Yolanda. I guess you love her so much because she's your aunt, you bonded with her when you were a baby, and she's a sweet lady, but she's so different from you. Like your dad is not religious at all. Your mom's religious, but she's Roman Catholic, and you're kind of like a secretly revolutionary, socialist, agrarian, atheist, agnostic. And he said, I like that. Let me get a pen and jot that down. And I said, seriously, are you attracted to the Jehovah's Witnesses, or it's just the blood relative thing? He said, no. She's not a blood relative. We just met her 6 years ago. I was right here, and she came to the entrance of the house, and she was talking. She had her watchtower, and you know how it was. It was a one-way conversation. So I had time to just watch her and observe her, and I got a feeling for her, and I could tell. It was obvious she had not been well treated by life. She had been insulted and hurt by life, and she was lonely, and she was sad, and that made me sad. And you know how I am. I am a very selfish person. I only think of myself. So all I was thinking about is, how am I going to not feel so sad? So I said, come in, sit down. And then the whole family gathered round, and we gave her food and drink, and we let her talk her heart out. And if she started to get a little pensive, we'd say, what a pretty dress you have. How well educated you are. How well you speak. And it worked. She felt better, and then I felt better, and we all enjoyed it. And then we did it the next week, and we've done it over and over for 6 years. And as a family together to make somebody who's sad feel better, it doesn't get any better than that. Do you see what I mean now? Do you see why we love her? And I said, Conrado, when I grow up, I'm going to be like you. And now it's 40 years later, and I'm not there yet, but I'm still trying.